Ladies and gentlemen, there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure. I'm saying there's a possibility that Matt Gaetz could overtake and replace Kevin McCarthy. This is the Hill. Matt Gaetz. McCarthy needs to commit to a relationship, a monogamous relationship in House battles. Quote, McCarthy has to decide who's his coalition partner going to be, Hakeem Jeffries or us. And you can't have more Democrats, even though there's, 13, 14, 15 around there, Republican lead in the House of Representatives. You can't have more Democrats voting for a bill. You just can't do that. Okay, so there's 10. There's 10 more Republicans, but you still can't have more Democrats than Republicans voting for a piece of legislation, especially one as important as the debt ceiling bill. So you can't do that. You have to at least use your leverage. A person like Kevin McCarthy is a political creature, okay? Like Bernie Sanders, like Biden. Trump is not, which is why Trump is amazing. Trump is not a political animal. He's too honest. They say he lies all the time. Trump is too honest. He says exactly what's on his mind at all times. And then media twists and distorts and lies by omission or overtly lies about what he says. But Matt Gaetz could be the challenger. There are enough people who like Matt Gaetz. He's the one who started the revolt or rebellion against McCarthy in December. Remember that? Okay. McCarthy had 3 or 4 or 5. How many times did House Republicans have to vote for Speaker of the House? Okay, that was Matt Gaetz leading the charge. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jim Jordan backed Kevin McCarthy. But it was Matt Gaetz leading the charge. All you need now, ladies and gentlemen, is a replacement. Okay? All you need now is a replacement. You need somebody to replace or somebody who could overtake Kevin McCarthy. Politico talked about this. I talked about this yesterday. There's a Politico article regarding conservatives, a growing rebellion against the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. Okay, so the next vote where more Democrats side with McCarthy than Republicans, or more Democrats vote on legislation that McCarthy backs than Republicans, the next time that happens, there's going to be no confidence proceedings. All you need is one member of the House, one Republican, to begin no confidence proceedings to oust or replace Kevin McCarthy. Now, McCarthy has a very strong base. Probably what would likely happen is that Matt Gaetz or somebody else launches an effort to replace Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. Let's say it fails. Let's say McCarthy makes even more concessions. Because he already made concessions, but now he's kind of like, he's not backtracking, but he's kind of going against, in principle, what he agreed to. So you have Matt Gaetz issue a challenge or launch or begin a challenge. You have Matt Gaetz almost or get close to replacing or possibly, he could replace Kevin McCarthy. But let's say at first he doesn't. McCarthy then says, okay, we'll impeach Biden immediately and we'll make sure and certain that no legislation passes with more Democrats than Republicans. Okay, so that's a good possibility. What has to happen is there needs to be a movement, the same type of movement that tried to prevent McCarthy from the get-go. He's actually doing it. He's okay. He's not doing a terrible job, but he's not doing the job that he should. Okay, the reason Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jim Jordan backed McCarthy as Speaker of the House is because of impeachment. Biden is going to get impeached because there are actual crimes. See, Trump never had a story censored. They say that Trump is the authoritarian, but who has the stories? Who has the speech curtailed and silenced? Okay? It's the authoritarians, the wonderful, morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats who will try their best to kick you out of your job or in order to prevent you or punish you for speaking your mind. Everything that they disagree with is viewed as bigoted or prejudice. They get people to just accept the most absurd things. And if you don't accept the most, what would be considered complete lunacy and idiocy, even 5 years ago, if you don't accept it, you're a horrible, prejudiced individual. And meanwhile, Biden and President Obama and Hillary Clinton, do you think they agree? Or do you think they actually believe what the far left believes? No. They don't care. They utilize the far left, whatever you want to call it, democratic, socialist, democratic, whatever, communist, whatever you want to, however you want to view the far left. What Democrats do is they get activists to push the envelope, and then they fall back to somewhat of a center with Joe Biden, who wrote the crime bill and who tells Charlemagne the God, you ain't who you are if you don't vote Democrat. And so but there's no supremacy there. So no euphemisms are leveled at Democrats when they embody the euphemisms. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. It can happen. Oh, to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. Patreon is below. People, to my new Patreons, thank you. If you enjoy the channel, your Patreon support is greatly appreciated. A lot of amazing things happening, thank God. And hopefully very soon, some really wonderful, wonderful interviews. I'm working on them, and we'll spice the channel up. The channel will grow going into 24 and beyond. So right now, we're just waiting for, possibly the next indictment with Trump, which is an attempt at trying to knock him out of 24, which won't work. So you have the wonderful authoritarians who are morally superior, who blame Trump, who view Trump to be a totalitarian and authoritarian. It's like they're the ones who are leveling government against their direct political rivals, which is exactly what Trump was impeached for. So they're guilty of everything they accuse Trump of. It's pretty interesting. They have Democrats in New York, Democrats throughout the country, a second special counsel. They couldn't get him with the first special counsel. Okay? There's a special counsel for Biden, but that's a joke. There was never a special counsel for Clinton. Gee, I wonder why. Well, Bill, yes. Bill, there was. So, but see, the thing is, like the Clintons and the Bidens, they actually do commit crimes. Bill Clinton did lie under oath. He committed perjury. That's what he was impeached for. Perjury is a crime. Okay, what is? Trump didn't commit a crime. The hush money payment was not a crime. The FEC didn't even view it to be a crime. So how could it be a crime if the FEC fined Clinton and the DNC? So, but anyway, Matt Gaetz should issue a challenge. He could garner enough support. Here's the thing: if Republicans don't show a spine, if Trump Republicans don't show Democrats and media that they're willing to fight, and they're willing to, politically and peacefully, but they're willing to be unified. Okay, Democrats walk in lockstep all the time. The only reason AOC and AOC didn't vote for the debt bill is because Hakeem Jeffries or Nancy Pelosi didn't tell them to vote in lockstep. So that's the only reason. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. I apologize for the a lot of great things happening, thank God. Give me your thoughts. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you so very, 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 very